For students, when the time comes for the students who are present, once Neil has announced your name and you've been recognized, if you could please unmute yourself and then talk about your, again, introduce yourself, your class, what you're studying, what position you have at one of the publications or multiple publications, and what you hope to be doing in the future. So with that, I will go ahead and officially welcome everyone to the annual Student Publications Scholarship and Awards event, coming to you live from my dining room and wherever you've chosen to spend the next 90 or so minutes with us. I'm sad to not be celebrating the great accomplishments of our students in person with you. However, celebrating virtually does not diminish their importance. I truly enjoy meeting the families and friends of our scholarship recipients and award winners, the incredible people who've established the scholarships and awards as a way to commemorate a family member, friend, or a special time in their lives at 420 Maynard, where forever friendships and countless memories were made. When I first joined Student Publications professional staff in 2011, we gathered, mostly standing, in what is now the Holly and John Madigan newsroom on the second floor of the Stanford Lipsey Student Publications building. The entire event took maybe 30 minutes, with the name of the scholarship or award and student receiving it announced by a board member. In recent years, we've invited donors to speak about their family member or friend that is honored through a scholarship or award. We've included family members of the students we celebrate. Last year, we moved the event to the new Trotter Multicultural Center to accommodate the growing attendance in this very special event. This event has evolved into a bigger deal. Why? Because it is a big deal. In the past few years, we've been able to provide our students with close to $100,000 in scholarships, awards, and work study opportunities on an annual basis. Given the current state of our world, what could we possibly do this year to continue with that evolution? Well, thanks to an inquiry by Seth Klempner and Brady McCullough, who established the Nweed Sikora Award, an idea took hold. Seth and Brady asked if it would be possible to meet with this year's award winner and share the good news with them. If they wanted to do this, certainly others might want to do so as well. Before the final stages of the virtual reunion weekend consumed all of her time, our Stewardship and Alumni Relations Officer, Lisa Powers, began connecting students with founders and their family members related to the scholarships and awards. We've been able to complete a few so far, with the goal of making more connections this semester. I look at it as a student publications version of NPR's StoryCorps, and I'm excited to share highlights of the recent conversation between Sue Alterman and Connor Brennan, the first recipient of the Bill Alterman Sports Writers Scholarship this year.
I just want to first say thank you very much. It's a great honor to be the first recipient of this award. The Daily means so much to me, and I've had the opportunity to go to places that, I wouldn't have gone to otherwise. So I just really appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I know it meant a lot to my husband. It really meant a lot. He was a cub reporter. He enjoyed it a lot and made lifelong friends.
Yeah.
That are still, as you can tell, Sarah and I are friendly. So these are friends that not only he had, but sort of transferred over to me.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something I've kind of enjoyed about the Daily. I joined, I think, in October of my freshman year, and it really kind of allowed me to ingratiate myself into like the Michigan community.
Yeah.
I came from a very small high school. It was like a vocational engineering school. I realized there I did not want to do like engineering. But I came from a small like area, and Michigan just felt so big at first, which is something that I wanted, but I didn't really know how to navigate that. So the dailies definitely like helped me find a smaller community, and I love the people in the sports section and at the paper in general.
I did want to say the other people who were involved in this, far more than I, were my niece Kara Shookman and Gabe Shookman. They're the ones who actually have funded this
Okay.
in Bill's memory.
Okay.
And the link there is that Bill had recommended that my niece, when she attended University of Michigan, he insisted she had to go to Alice Lloyd. And he said, you will love Alice Lloyd. You will meet people that will follow you through your life at Alice Lloyd. It was through Alice Lloyd that he made connections to the Daily.
Okay.
And that was where my niece and nephew met.
Wow.
And married. So
Okay.
that's sort of the Michigan link.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he said, you will meet the people that will be a part of your life forever, my niece thought, yeah, right, sure. And then
Yeah.
he was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He was a great raconteur, and I have to say, Connor, I do not do him justice, because I think that's really what made the Daily so important for him, is that he loved to tell stories. And it didn't matter what the story was in specific. He just really enjoyed hearing a good story and telling a good story.
Thank you so much, Sue and Connor, for helping us put that together for today. And to all the other donors and friends who have been contributing to scholarships, and that even if you choose not to have your conversation recorded, we'd love for you to share your memories with the recipient as a way to carry on your friend, family member's legacy. So again, Lisa will be reaching out and hoping to make more of those connections through the semester. I'd also like to thank one of our students, Yulia Dalbaran, who did the editing of this. The conversation with Sue and Connor was probably a good half hour or more. And so we appreciate her pulling together some of the highlights. Both Friday and Saturday evening, a number of student publications alumni tuned in to listen to panel discussions and other presentations, with each evening capped off by socializing and reminiscing, one night by decade and the next by section or publication. The theme for this weekend was Beacon of Democracy. Today, whether it's your sofa, home office, your deck, we come together to celebrate the achievements of our students over the past year. The platforms they use to tell their stories, written, digital, visual, through social media, podcasts, video, via newspaper, yearbook, humor magazine, or fashion magazine, all serve as a beacon for the campus community, the Ann Arbor community, and beyond. To the scholarship recipients and award winners, we need you to continue doing what you do, even in this seemingly surreal time. To the families of our students and the donors who make these scholarships possible, you provide the encouragement and support that keeps the beacon burning bright. And for that, we are very grateful. Before I turn it over to our board chair, Neil Chase, to introduce you to all of the scholarship and award winners and talk a little bit about each scholarship and award, I do want to thank a few people. I would like to thank all those who participated in the panel discussions and were hosts and MCs for the last 2 evenings. The first virtual alumni weekend that we had to do, I think pretty much went off without a hitch. So thank you again to all those who were here one of the last couple of days or more. I'd also like to thank my staff. We are a small but powerful team, and everyone pulled together to make this event possible recording attendees, helping with the slideshows, the students who helped with the slides. So I'd like to just thank my staff, Lisa Powers, our Stewardship and Alumni Relations Officer, James Wilson, our Sales and Marketing Advisor, Kim Tackett, our accountant. We do a lot of good stuff, even though we've been separated from each other since late March. We're still getting a lot done. So this year, as you learn about each of the scholarships and awards, you will have the opportunity to meet the recipients, 23 of whom are in attendance today. I will now turn things over to the Chair of the Board for Student Publications, Neil Chase, who will first recognize the students who were unable to join us today.
Thanks, Kathy. Love the video, and Sue especially, thank you for doing that. That was beautiful. We do have a handful of people who aren't here that we'll start by talking about. I can echo Kathy in saying I wish we were all here in person together, but we will be again soon. And this is always a kind of a special and fun event for me, because these are some tremendously accomplished people who who work, as many of us did, 100 hours a week at the Daily. But the thing that strikes me the most about this year's award winners, as I went through the list, is the majors. We had a whole lot of people when I was at the Daily majoring in just figuring out how to get through school and remember when a final was. There's some, let's just say there's some very complex, deep majors that I had to look up the pronunciation of. So there's a really impressive group we have here today, and I'm thrilled to be with everybody. Let's start with the folks who couldn't join us today. We're going to walk through and tell you a little bit about them, and then we can get to the folks who are here. There we go. The Morris and Lola Wasserstein Award we'll tell you about a little more in a couple of minutes. The first winner is Yulia Dobrin, who you just heard about, the video editor, majoring in biomolecular science, an investigative reporter and a senior video editor for the Daily. And Sigli Amin, a senior from Westmont, Illinois, majoring in neuroscience and English, one of the managing news editors for the Daily. The Wendy Owen Scholarship was established in 1952 in memory of Wendy. She was a staff member from 1949 to 51. She died of aplastic anemia in the summer of 1951. And in a tribute to her in the Daily, the editor wrote, even in the hubbub, we cannot forget her wiseness, her basic sensitivity, her understanding, all embodied in friendship. This goes to members of the staff whose contributions to the university community through the Daily have been tremendously constructive. And the winners this year, Samantha Small, a senior from Troy, majoring in English with a minor in music. Samantha is one of the managing podcast editors for the Daily, and works for Consequence of Sound, Talkhouse Podcast, and Under the Radar magazine. Another busy person. And Sophia Yoon. Sophia is a junior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, majoring in public policy with a minor in French. She's the Daily's TV editor and is also the recipient of one of our class of '98 scholarships. The Michigan Daily Honors Scholarship was created by Sarah Fitzgerald, who's here with us today. Hi, Sarah. Sarah is the Daily's first female editor-in-chief back in 1973, and the fund is faithfully supported by her and her late husband, Walter Werfel. And the Honor Scholarship for 2020 goes to Dominic Sokotov, a junior from beautiful San Diego, California. Dominic's triple majoring in political science, music, and BCN, which is a cognitive and neuroscience major. He's a reporter and photographer for the Daily, photo editor for the NCN, president of the Michigan Photography Club, vice president of the Ann Arbor SPJ chapter, is pre-law and plays tennis and reads political books in his free time. He also got one of the Gottesman scholarships. Congratulations, Dominic. The Lipsey scholarships, we'll tell you more about those in a minute as well. The recipients who aren't here today, Dana Perangeli, a junior from Grand Rapids, is majoring in English and theater arts. She's the community culture beat editor for the Daily. She's also the associate producer for Rude Mechanicals and Wall to Wall Theater Festival, outreach director for Blank Space Workshop, and a volunteer with Crowns Against Cancer. And Marisa Wright, a senior from Crown Point, Indiana, who's majoring in honors political science and honors women's studies with a minor in writing. Marisa is the deputy statement editor. She's in the Women's Organization on Rights to Health, Undergraduate Political Science Association, Pi Sigma Alpha, Iota, 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 and Lloyd Scholars for Writing and the Arts. The Michigan Ensign's Outstanding Staff Member Award goes to a senior who's been on staff for 2 years or more, and there are 2 people being honored today. The current editor-in-chief, Anna Ruud Hervé, a senior from Canton, who's majoring in biomolecular science with a minor in theater design and production. And the former business manager, Joseph Coates, a senior from Traverse City, majoring in math and data science. Watching this team as board chair for the past several years, watching the Ensign staff do what they did and pivot the business to kind of define a new business model and become the most profitable part of the student publications operation was truly fascinating to watch, and especially Joe was a big part of that. The Brentlinger Award for Business or Editorial Writing. It was established in 2015 by the children of Paul Brentlinger. Paul, like my dad, came back to Michigan after serving in the Army during World War II and worked as the city editor at the Daily before earning a degree in 1950 and then an MBA in 1951. And the Brentlinger Award goes to Ray Agemian, a sophomore from Flushing, Michigan. Ray is the primary copy editor and opinion columnist for the Daily, studying creative writing and literature. He loves music and visual arts, especially animation, and works as a student assistant in the Lloyd Scholars for Writing and the Arts program, and writes for the Michigan Gaily, it rhymes, a new student publication about LGBTQ issues. Ray is also a recipient of our Chris Parks Scholarship. And thanks especially to the Brentlinger family. It's great to see you here today as well. The Lipsey Merit Award for Photographic or Multimedia Journalism, winner this year, is Parth Diani, a junior from Aurora, Illinois, who's majoring in computer science engineering with a minor in German studies. Parth is the data and interactives manager for the Michigan Daily. And when we were putting these awards together, Parth was nominated by Lizzie Lawrence, the editor. And Lizzie wrote, as the data project manager on the web team, Parth designed a whole Magnify site dedicated to coverage of the 2020 Michigan presidential primary. He led the data team in creating a polling location line tracker and a live election results map to put on the side of the site. He also coordinated with the news editors to develop specific data graphics for primary articles. The site was well utilized come election day. I know my reaction to reading that, and I think a couple other people on the call, is I got to find this guy and hire him before somebody else does. A real special person and a real great set of talents. We had a meeting about some possibilities on how to change the Daily's website, and Parth walked in and said, well, I downloaded this whole thing and built a test of it, and here's how it works, and it's going to be great, all within a couple of days. And with that, I think we'll go back to the live in-person part of this, where we can talk about the students and ask the folks who win the awards to say a little something as we recognize you. The Morris and Lola Wasserstein Awards are named for the parents of Bruce Wasserstein. Bruce was an editor at the Daily who went on to tremendous success on Wall Street as an investor and fund manager. A wizard on Wall Street, but somebody who always had his passion for the media business. And throughout his investing career, he was always doing things to invest in media companies. He came by the Daily and met with us. He came by one summer when I was the editor, and I don't think any of us understood how successful he was when he stopped in and took us out to lunch until we looked him up afterwards. Tremendously wonderful supporter of the Daily for a long time. In the obit that we wrote in the Daily, that was written in the Daily about him in 2009, he was described as being known for his shrewd reporting, strategic and brilliant mind, and jumbled appearance. So there you have the perfect journalist from his era. The awards for which he created the fund, and it's named after his parents. There are 2 winners present today, and the first one is Liat Weinstein. you want to unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Liat. I'm a junior and a senior news editor, and I do research and business on the news section. I'm still figuring out my plans for the future, but I'm definitely considering something journalism related, but I don't know yet. And thank you, everyone.
Excellent. Congratulations. And our second winner is Amelia Ferrante. Amelia.
Hi, everyone. I'm a sophomore in the residential college and the honors college. I'm going to be an English major when I declare this year. I'm an arts writer for the books beat at the Michigan Daily. And similarly, not exactly sure what I want to do in the future, but I would love to do something like what I do now at the Daily. I love to read and I love to write about reading. So yeah, and thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations. Our next Wasserstein winner is Claire Howe. Claire.
Hi, everyone. I'm a junior. I'm studying philosophy, politics, and economics. I'm a senior news editor at the Michigan Daily, and the beats I oversee are campus life. So it's been a busy last week for campus life. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet, but journalism is something I'm really serious about. I interned at the Chicago Tribune on the Metro desk this summer. So still trying to explore where in the media industry would be best for me. And thank you, everybody.
That's great. And congratulations on that coverage. You guys are in the middle of, one hell of a heartbreaking and important story with what's going on campus right now. And it's about as important as you ever get in campus journalism. And our fourth winner of the Wassersteins, Tate Lafreniere. Tate's also the recipient of one of the Lipsey scholarships. Tate.
Hi, my name is Tate Lafreniere. I'm a sophomore. I'm studying to be a clinical psychologist, and I'm in the honors program. And I write for the books beat on the art section.
Excellent, thanks, and congratulations. Hearing a number of people say, I know I want to do something in the media, but I'm not quite sure what exactly. That's a perfect place to be right now. I do a lot of work with students, and I'm sometimes asked to help people explain to their families why journalism is so important to them and why they should go into it when there may be higher paying careers out there. And it's so fascinating to hear how many people care about what we do. But at the same time, the jobs aren't as well defined these days, right? You might be a reporter, you might be an editor, you might be building products, you might be doing audio or video work, you might be helping to build the audience or design a new business model or help an old publication pivot to a new business model. There's so much to do in this industry, and so much we need from hardcore reporting skills to coding to visuals to business sense. It's just it's a big challenge and important thing, and I'm so glad to see so many people excited about it. There are two other achievement award categories that recognize people who contributed during the 2019 and the early part of 2020. And the first one is the Daily's Business Person of the Year. It was established by Kirby Voigtman, who was the business manager 5 or 6 years ago, and did a lot to advance the business models of the Daily. And it goes to those executives whose teamwork, drive, and initiative set them apart from their peers on the business staff. And this year's winner is Molly Wu. Molly.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm a senior studying user experience design, and I'm the creative director for Wolverine Media Group. So just to talk about my position at the Daily. So I'm the creative director for the business team, and I've been helping launch from or rebrand into our media agency and help provide creative services and graphic design services for our clients, both locally on campus and nationally. And in the future, I hope to work in user experience design and digital communications.
Excellent, Molly, thanks. Molly mentioned the Wolverine Media Group and this unified agency. One of the big changes that has come about in the past year or so, led by James and Kathy, is putting the business operations, the sales operations of the various student publications together. So they can go out to, for instance, a merchant in Ann Arbor and say, I can help you with your marketing in the newspaper, through the yearbook, through the humor magazine, through the fashion magazine, online and print, rather than a whole bunch of individual sales reps each taking something smaller out to them, and see if we can't build some bigger, more compelling campaigns that make the student publications operation the real, best and most important marketing partner for anybody who is marketing in Ann Arbor. And so it's a huge change and a lot of work. And thank you, Molly, for your contributions to launching that new business. The Outstanding Service Award for Shea, the fashion magazine, goes to a Shea board member who's exhibited excellent service and commitment to their position throughout the school year. The people who get this award have taken initiatives that go above and beyond their job, leading to noticeable improvements or achievements that benefit the publications as a whole. And this year's winner is Drisha Gwalani. Drisha.
Hi, everyone. My name's Trisha. Thank you so much for the award. Last year, I was the finance coordinator for Shea, and this year I'm the operations director. So I'm really working on recruitment throughout this virtual setting and making sure that we secure enough funding for the publication to run this year, which has been really great. And I'm a senior studying business, and I plan to work in sales and analytics next year full time. So thank you again.
That's great. Congratulations. The Class of '98 Scholarship was established in 2007 by 4 former Daily staffers, Nicholas Katsanika, Alan Goldenbeck, Josh White, and Joshua Rich. It supports students who express and demonstrate the same commitment to business they had, as well as to helping sustain the Daily as a staple of campus life. We've already recognized one earlier winner, Sophia Yoon, and the second winner is Juliana Morano. Juliana.
Hi, as Neil said, my name is Juliana. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a senior studying English and minoring in community action and social change. I've taken on a couple different roles at the Daily, but currently, or actually this past summer, I was on the committee and then also joined the news section, but right now I'm the managing arts editor. And actually, I'll say that like this summer specifically, the experiences I just alluded to really kind of last minute changed my life goals. And now I want to be a news reporter. So thank you to the Daily for continually changing my life throughout my time there.
That's wonderful. So great to hear. Congratulations. Juliana mentioned that summer committee. A group of people got together this summer and spent a lot of time digging into what's next for the Daily, right? What business model should the Daily be looking at as the business around print journalism changes so fast? Even without the pandemic, the Daily has been looking a lot at what to do next. And this group made some really good progress on where the business should go, what do the opportunities look like in the future, how to get from here to there. And then of course they had to take it all and amend it and edit it to work in an environment that we have right now with the virus and not knowing how many people will be on campus or for how long. So tremendous work by them and really important work to help keep the Daily in good shape forever. We mentioned the Bill Alterman Award before. The Bill Alterman Sports Writer Scholarship was established by Kara and Gabe Shookman in honor of Kara's Uncle Bill. The first recipient you already met, Connor Brennan. Connor's also the recipient of a Lipsey Scholarship. And Connor, we already got to meet you in the video earlier, but just jump back in if you will and tell us a little bit about yourself and what's next.
Sure. So yeah, my name is Connor Brennan. I'm a senior from New Jersey studying history. I want to say thank you to Mrs. Alterman and the Shookmans, obviously, for the opportunity and the award. The Dailies, like I said, meant so much to me over the past 3.5 years or so. And so after I graduate, I plan on going to law school. So Dailies definitely helped me become a better writer in that regard. So
that's great. Thanks and congratulations, and nice job on the video. In 2016, a group of Daly folks, Daly alums, established the Kavi Shekhar Pandey Award for a former Daily arts writer and senior arts editor who suffered cardiac arrest and died peacefully in his sleep in 2016 at age 26. His work ethic and his approach to how he approached his work at the Daily was kind of unique and noticeable and made a strong impression on people. And so they created this award to honor somebody on the arts staff with an outstanding work ethic. And this year, the Arts Writer Scholarship goes to Nina Molina. Nina.
Hi, I wanted to thank the Pandy family for the scholarship and this opportunity. I'm a senior and I just started writing for the community culture beat in the arts section last year because I just transferred to Michigan a year ago. And I'm not sure about my plans for the future, but I hope to continue writing whatever job I pursue. And thank you, everyone.
Excellent, thanks, congratulations. Our next gift is courtesy of a couple people who are with us today, Michael and Sandy Hermanoff. They, you can see them both there on the screen. Greetings, thanks for being here. Michael was a business manager at the Daily in the class of '62. And this award is for a Daily editor business staff member. When Mike was running the business staff, it was the time when Tom Hayden was the editor. He graduated with an English degree in 1962, served in the Army Reserve, then in industry, civic, and charitable leadership roles, including at the Cranbrook Schools and the Ronald McDonald House in Detroit. Sandy graduated from a certain school down south that we hesitate to mention, but okay, Ohio State, with a BA in journalism. They teach that there, and spearheads the School of Communication Advancement Board at OSU. So she's part of the not unlike the board that helps out with the Daily, right? Helping the communication school there. She was named to the College of Fellows, the highest honor in the Public Relations Society of America, and has garnered awards and recognitions for her professional and charitable work. So great to have the two of you with us today and supporting this award every year for a number of years now. And in your name, the Hermanoff Scholarship Award recipient for 2020 is Jonah Mendelson. Jonah also is winning a Peterson Feinberg Scholarship today. Jonah.
Hi, everyone. I'm a senior. I'm studying economics, and I'm currently the senior arts editor, and I preside over the music beat. And my plan right now is to attend law school following graduation. So thank you.
That's great. Congratulations. Wonderful. Our next award is the Gottesman Scholarship, established by Harold and Barbara Gottesman, whose son Andy was the Daily editor-in-chief in 1991. This scholarship goes to a junior on the editorial staff. And this year, the scholarship is going to two people. We mentioned Dominic Sokotov earlier, and here with us today is Arjun Thakur. Arjun's the recipient also of the Chris Parks Scholarship. Arjun.
Hi, everyone. I'm a junior studying creative writing and history with minors in Spanish and computer science. And I'm on as Neil mentioned, I'm on the news section. I'm currently a staff reporter this semester, as well as one of the recruitment chairs. And I'm interested in going into media in the future, but I'm also considering education careers. Thank you. Excellent,
excellent, thank you. Let me take a minute. Kathy mentioned this number earlier, but it's a little bit mind-blowing. Every year at this event, we give something over $90,000, close to $100,000 in scholarship money to students. And this is money that enables people to do the journalism they want to do, right? It's often hard to pursue your passion in school if you have to work hard in a bunch of classes. As I mentioned, some people have some majors that were somewhat more challenging than my poli-sci major. And also in some cases are working a job or more, and taking care of other obligations and trying to put in what those of us who were there know is the intense amount of time it takes to do a really impactful job. The people you're seeing the awards for today are the people who've put in many, many hours at these publications. And in some cases, the scholarships we're able to provide really make a difference, right? They let somebody spend their time working on the publications versus spending that work time somewhere else. This summer, I mentioned that committee, we were able to give some people funding for the summer to work on that committee and try to figure out the next business model for the Daily, including some people whose internships for the summer didn't come through because of the virus. And these programs are great because they recognize good work and they honor people, and that's really important, but it's also heartwarming to be able to give this money out and to give people the money that actually supports their education and lets them stay active in journalism, and very grateful to everybody who's donated over the years to make that possible. So thank you. The oldest scholarship we're giving out today was created in 1946, right after the war. It's the Peterson-Feinberg Scholarship. Carl Peterson and Mel Feinberg were managing editor and sports editor of the Daily in 1939 and 40. Carl was killed in Europe, Mel in the Philippines during World War II. And the award was established in 1946 by their Daily colleague and his wife, Joe and Frances Gies. And the award supports scholarships for students who've performed meritoriously during the academic year. So this is now something we've been giving out for decades and has made a real difference. And two winners this year. The first we mentioned earlier, Jonah Mendelsohn. And the second, who's also getting a Lipsey Scholarship this year, is Diana Bateman. Diana. If you're with us today.
Looking at the attendee list,
Okay.
I think Diana is unable to join us. I know that she is on the Michigan Enzian staff.
Excellent. Thanks, Kathy. The next award is for the Chris Park Scholarship. Chris was the co-editor-in-chief in 1973 and 74. The scholarship's for a member of the editorial staff who embodies the characteristics that Chris exemplified: the sharp eye for a story, tremendous personal integrity, a sense of humor. Chris went on later to run the UPI Lansing Bureau. He ended up leaving that post when his wife, Judith Ruskin, also a Daily alum, took a job with the DIA in Detroit, and he worked in Detroit. One of the things Chris was known for was hiring those of us who were still working at the Daily to string for UPI on election coverage and other things when I was the editor. The scholarship in memory of Chris this year goes to two people you've already met, Ray and Arjun. Congratulations to both of you. The Stanford Lipsey Endowed Scholarships were established in 2007 through the generosity of the late Stan Lipsey. Stan was a class of 47 student publications alum. He spent time at both the Daily and the Ensign as a photographer. He went on later in life to be in the media business and then to run the paper in Buffalo, New York, and some other papers. It was his grant that kind of led the fundraising to renovate the building in 2007. And it's why his name is on the building. Those scholarships this year, we were able to give 7 Lipsey scholarships, which is wonderful. 5 of them are people you've already met: Tate, Diana, Marisa, Connor, and Dana. And 2 more people receiving it this year. The first one is Navya Gupta. Navya.
So I am filling in for Navya. I am accepting this award on behalf of Navya. She emailed this morning saying wherever she's located, we're experiencing some pretty serious storms and had a power outage, so she was unable to join us today. Judy, I see that you are on the call today or in the meeting. So our thanks to you as well as to Stan. And a little about Navia. She's a sophomore from Denville, New Jersey. She's majoring in political science with a minor in law, justice, and social change.
That's great, Kathy. And thank you, Judy, for being here. That's wonderful. The second Lipsy Award winner this year is Reed Diamond. Reed. Also not with us today. It's 2020, so if most people can show up, I'm thrilled. Well, congratulations to Reed as well. There are another 9 Merit Award winners to share with you. All of these awards are based on someone's performance and contribution to the publications. Some of them are scholarships that involve financial aid. Some of them are merit awards that can go to people who do or do not need the aid, or qualify for the aid. Everybody needs it. The first merit award is the Nancy Byland Brotman Copy Editing Award. It was established in 2015 by her family, her sons, Benjamin and David, in memory of Nancy. Nancy was a reporter and associate editor at The Daily from 1948 to 51. And the award recognizes the staff member who has exhibited a high level of attention to detail and grammatical precision in what you might call the almost lost art of copy editing. One of the most important things that you see less of these days than you used to, if I can say that without sounding too grumpy and old. So it's especially an important award. This year's award goes to Sadia Jiban. And this is what was said on the recommendation for Sadia as the winner. She's a precise, talented copy editor and a joy to work with. She makes the copy desk a fun, welcoming place where staffers can grab candy and ask a grammar question. She's a diligent fact checker with an eye for spelling mistakes. Not only does she edit news, opinion, and statement, but also takes the extra step in editing every week's Daily Digest newsletter. Sadia is fantastic, and we're lucky to have her as a copy chief. Pretty good recommendation. Sadia, congratulations.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you for that intro. And I'd also like to say thank you to David and Ben Bratman for honoring me with this award. As Neil said, my name is Sadia, and I'm a senior at the Ross School of Business. I am a copy chief, a co-copy chief for the year of 2020. And post-graduation, I would like to work in the investment management industry, hopefully in New York City, but we'll see how that works out with the pandemic.
Well, I can tell you if it doesn't work out, there's a whole lot of editing to be done in the media business. We'd love to have you, and I'll be happy to be the first one to take a look at your resume. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our newest merit award is a tribute to a former Daily managing sports editor, Rick Freeman. After graduating from Michigan, Rick went on to spend 15 years with the New York Sports Department of the Associated Press, then worked with Al Jazeera America, and in 2017 became a mobilizer at the News Guild, the News Media Guild. Rick died suddenly in August 2017 at age 40, a few weeks after being diagnosed with an aggressive tumor. His death caught everyone who knew and loved him by surprise. And so his colleagues from the Daily in the late 1990s, Jennifer Yachnin and John Schwartz, along with his wife, suggested the idea of putting together a memorial fund to honor Rick. And so that fund, the Memorial Rick Freeman Merit Award, recognizes a rising junior or senior member of the Daily staff who demonstrates an enthusiasm for news gathering, friendship, or life in general. In addition to writing samples, the journalists applying for the award are asked to write a poem or essay on what gives them joy. This award goes to Hiba Dagher. Hiba, tell us about yourself and maybe give us a hint of what was in your poem or essay on what gives you joy. I think you're muted. At least I can't hear you. No. If you want to try to jump out and back in, or call in by phone, we can get back to you when we can hear you. Okay. Sorry about that, but again, welcome to 2020. We'll get back to Heba. The Ken Fink Award was established in memory of Ken Fink, the chief photographer for the Daily in 1975 and 76. It was created through the efforts of former board member and Daily photographer and what was called a picture editor way back then, Steve Kagan. Steve's on the call today, and Steve, in addition to being the person who dragged me onto the Daily board, for which I'll never forgive him, is the person behind a lot of this award work. Steve ran the scholarship committee for a long time and has done a lot of the hard work in building and expanding these awards and helping with the judging process, and just been a huge and important part of it. So Steve, just want to acknowledge you and thank you for that. For photography, you've got a mighty bland background today, but we'll let it slide. The Ken Fink Award goes to a photo or multimedia journalist whose work embodies creativity, humor, spontaneity, originality, and technical mastery. And having been through the judging process of this, it's a tough one. The people who win are people who really display those traits very clearly. And there are two winners of the Ken Fink Award this year. The first one is Alec Cohen. Alec.
Sure. Hi, I'm Alec Cohen. I'm a senior studying communications. Last year, I served as a managing photo editor, and this year I am one of the managing video editors. And we're currently trying to build a structured, stable video section, which is something that the Daily hasn't really had in the past. So that's something I'm being part of. And after college, I'm planning on pursuing a career in social media management / digital marketing, hopefully in the sports / media industry. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Kagan for the award.
Excellent, thanks, congratulations. Another person who should send me a resume. And the second winner of the Fink Award this year is Julia Schechinger. Julia.
Hi, first off, thank you, Mr. Kagan. I really appreciate, I'm very honored to have this award. I'm a sophomore studying environmental engineering with a sustainability minor. I'm currently the assistant photo editor for the Michigan Daily. In the summer, I ran the section. And then I hopefully in the future want to work in wildlife conservation.
Wonderful. Thanks very much, and congratulations to you both. It looks like we've got Heba back now.
Hey. is my now?
We can hear you now. That's perfect.
Right.
Thanks. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Heba Derer. I'm a junior studying English and Law, Justice, and Social Change. I write for Michigan in Color. I'm a contributing editor and contributing writer. I have been for about 2 years now. And in the future, I hope to study law. I just wanted to thank Ino and Jennifer and John. Thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate it. Oh, and my poem was about my mom's jeans.
Wow. Excellent. Thank you. Congratulations. The next award is the Ray O'Hara Sports Writing Award. It was established in 2001 by Alan Broad. Alan is a colleague of mine on the Student Publications Board and is also here with us today. Alan, appreciate you being here. Thank you. The award was established in Ray's name. Ray was a friend of Alan's in the 70s, in 1970, the class of 70. Let me get that right. Alan was a member of the class of 70. His friend Ray was a sports writer for the Daily in the mid-70s, who maintained a lifelong love for the University of Michigan and its athletics. The O'Hara Award supports an annual prize to a sports writer at the Daily who creates an article or series of articles that exhibit a perspective that respects the unique role of the Daily as the student's newspaper, the significance of athletics to the university, and the relationships among the student athlete, the university, and the student body. The article should also illustrate an investigative journalistic style that exhibits candor, a search for truth, and a sense of humor, yet honors the highest ethics and principle of journalism. So another one with some pretty tough standards that's hard to get. And this year's award goes to Aidan Wutis. Aidan.
Hi, everyone. Thank It's great to be here. I'm really honored, and I thank Mr. Broad for being the benefactor for this award. I'm a junior in LSA. I'm studying political science and German studies with a minor in history. And I've been a member of the daily sports section since my freshman year, and I'm currently an assistant editor there. I can briefly mention one of the stories I wrote that I submitted for this award. It was during my time on the baseball beat, and I wrote about Michigan's outsized role in breaking the color barrier in baseball. And in fact, Grant Trickey, who coached Jackie Robinson, was the baseball coach here at Michigan a bit over 100 years ago. It was very interesting reading into that history and our role, and also helping break that color barrier in college sports. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you, everybody.
That's great, Aiden. Thank you. Congratulations. Our next award is the Noid Sikora Award. This is for a daily writer who's worked for the paper for at least 2 semesters. It was established in 2009 in the memory of Noid, a daily sports editor in 2002 and 2003 who passed away at the age of 27. The award was created, as Kathy mentioned earlier, by former daily journalists Seth Klempner and Brady McCulloch, who were, Brady was the managing sports editor in 2003. After a traditional Muslim burial on the day of his passing, Noid's family and friends gathered a few weeks later in Ann Arbor to pay tribute to the man who got the UM Stadium to do the claw and created a world known as Sportura. To qualify for the Noid Sikora Memorial Award, applicants must submit 5 writing samples and write a short essay reflecting on that Sportura article that Noid wrote in 2004 that was really about the spirit and the feeling of being involved in the daily and in sports, and reflects a real kind of a special perspective on life that I encourage everybody to read. And the award for 2020 goes to Arya Gerson. Congratulations, Arya.
Hi, I'm Aria. I'm a senior. I'm studying political science with minors in history and writing. I am in my 2nd year on the football beat at the Daily, and I do hope to pursue a career in sports journalism, particularly sports writing. I want to say thank you to Seth and Brady for this award. I got to learn a little bit about Naveed, and he sounded like a really great person, and I hope to be able to honor his memory.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations. You're doing just that. And the Lipsey Merit Award for Public Service Reporting this year goes to the co-authors of a 3-part series on student mental health. When she was recommending the series, the editor-in-chief, Lizzie Lawrence, said, "Jasmine and Calder did an excellent job looking at this relevant, important issue through multiple lenses and gathering a wide variety of perspectives." And the first winner is Jasmine Lee.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jasmine. I'm a sophomore, double majoring in international studies and creative writing with a minor in Chinese. I'm an assistant news editor and administrative beat reporter for the Michigan Daily. And this summer, I was one of the summer managing news editors. And for the future, I hope to go into journalism with a focus in international studies. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
That's great. Thanks. Congratulations. And the second winner, co-author on that series, Calder Lewis. Calder.
Hi, everyone. My name is Calder. I'm a junior in the Ford School of Public Policy, studying public policy. I'm looking to go to law school in the future and really thankful for the opportunity.
That's great. Congratulations. And our last award, the Lipsey Merit Award for Investigative Reporting, honors some work a lot of you saw and that got a lot of attention. It goes to the co-authors of the story about former employees of Savas bringing allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct against the management. When recommending their work, Lizzie wrote, "This investigative piece took 6 months to report and write, with each of the reporters meticulously corroborating claims and clarifying stories. Through numerous interviews with former Savas employees, Zaina and Sammy uncovered multiple allegations of sexual misconduct and harassment against other employees. They also found evidence that Savas management was made aware of many of the allegations. The piece garnered a lot of attention from community members and from Savco itself. It's definitely the most impressive investigative piece we've published this year. And I couldn't agree more with Lizzie. It was a tremendous accomplishment, and one that did what all good investigative pieces do, which got a lot of people mad and generated some legal bills, both of which are good outcomes from high quality investigative journalism. So congratulations to you both. And we'll start with Sammy Sussman.
Hi everyone, I'm Sammy. I am on a gap year this year, but next year I guess I'll be a senior in SMTD. I'm a music composition major. I'm not really sure what I want to do with my life. I think I want to find some balance between journalism and music. And Zaina and I just want to say that we also want to, I mean, thanks for the award and the acknowledgement, but we do not acknowledge the bravery of our sources in coming forward for this reporting, because if it weren't for them, none of this would have happened. So.
Absolutely right, and well said. I can't wait to find out what the investigation, what the intersection of investigative journalism and music turns out to be for you. And Zaina.
Hi everyone. So thank you so much to the Lipsy family for giving us this award. And yeah, just to echo Sammy, thank you so much to our sources. I honestly, I can't imagine the level of bravery it took for them to come forward, even though, you know, they had a lot to risk and a lot to lose. I'm a senior in the Ford School of Public Policy with minors in history and Arabic. I interned at the Dallas Morning News over the summer, and my boss, Tom Huang, is actually on the call. So thanks for being here, Tom. In the future, I hope to either be a foreign correspondent or an international human rights lawyer, but still trying to figure it out. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. And you can't find a better mentor and coach than Tom. With that, folks, we are done. That is this year's awards program. You just saw almost $100,000 go into the hands of people who are doing some of the most important work in our business. And with any luck, we will do this again together in person a year from now in Ann Arbor. Kathy, any final closing thoughts?
Yes, thank you. So thank you again, as Neil said, everyone, to those of you who have joined us from the very start of this program, and we're glad, Heba, that you were able to jump back in on the call. I do want to give a special thank you, as Neil was reading through the awards. You know, another piece that's actually changed since I started at Student Publications is we are actually encouraging and asking the families that have funded the scholarships and awards to be a part of the judging process and the scholarship review process and applications, because you are the ones that know the person for whom these awards are named the best, better than anyone on our board or professional staff. And so we are so happy to have you involved in the process. I think it just makes things even more special for the students that receive them. And I would again encourage you that if you haven't connected with Lisa, or you know, just wait for her to reach out to you about having those video meetings with the recipients. Today just scratches the surface, really, of the conversations I think that you can have with your scholarship recipient or award winner, to just talk a little bit more. As Aria said, she learned more about Naveed through her conversation with Seth and Brady, and being able to carry those stories on. You know, I hope, you know, if Connor decides to have a family somewhere down the line, he will pull the video up of his conversation with Sue and share that with his family, and you know, the stories about Bill will live on from long after we are around. And so, again, thank you all for the time you've given today, for the willingness to be on video. And we do have some exciting things. Please stay tuned to the newsletters that Lisa sends out. We are excited about some things that came about at the same time as we were having our the roof replaced, thanks to central administration. And we have some interior repairs that were done. We have enclosed the Gillette multimedia room, giving us extra space for podcast recording and video cutting. And so once we're able to have bodies back in the room in a safe and healthy manner, we will be excited to show off a lot of that, hopefully by next fall for sure, when we plan another event like this. So thank you very much.
And thanks, Kathy, to you and Lisa and the whole team for putting all this together.
Well, thank you.
Well, very good. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you spending the time with us. And like I said, we'll see each other in person as soon as we can. Bye-bye. Thanks.